B. But me, you're me. Louie T, welcome to this Louie T Network exclusive. Quickly wanted to just come up here and chop it up with y'all for a second. I wanted to ask y'all a question. You know, we're really excited about the start of training camp. Washington's about to finalize the sale of the team. Looks like the finance committee for the NFL is going to push this thing through when they get together on Thursday to discuss. And everything's going to become official here shortly. And so the excitement of the season coupled with the excitement of the team finally being sold and getting new ownership in here, I think it's kind of masking the fact that, and look, it's not a big deal. But I don't think I've heard anybody mention this, probably because it's not a big deal. It's going to get done. But our first round pick, Emmanuel Forbes, hasn't signed his deal yet. So technically he's not under contract, as the rookies report here in like 48 hours or so. Now, I will say, deadline spur action. I tell you guys this all the time. And so I assume that this thing will get done. Now, 6 rookies from the first round have not signed their deals, and Emmanuel Forbes is one of them. Now, keep in mind that it is a domino effect oftentimes in the NFL where the guy that is drafted first signs his deal first, and then everything kind of falls in place after that. With the cornerback position and the quarterback position, neither of the first guys drafted have signed their rookie deals yet. So those guys that fall behind them haven't signed their deals yet either. So it makes sense. So in the case of the quarterbacks, for instance, Bryce Young hasn't signed his deal as the number 1 overall pick yet. So hence, CJ Stroud hasn't signed his because he's waiting to see what happens with Bryce Young, the language in his contract, you know, how much guaranteed money he gets, all of that good stuff. You don't want to leave anything on the table if you're a rookie. And so your agent is going to wait to see what the guy in front of you, everyone wants to wait to see the tone be set. All right. And so Bryce Young hasn't signed his deal. So CJ Stroud hasn't signed his deal. So Anthony Richardson hasn't signed his deal. So none of the quarterbacks have signed their deals yet. And same thing applies to the cornerback position. Devon Witherspoon hasn't signed his deal with the Seattle Seahawks. He was the first corner taken. So naturally, the second corner taken, which is Emmanuel Forbes, hasn't signed his deal. And the guy behind him, Christian Gonzalez, hasn't signed his deal either. So it's a waiting game, essentially. Once Devon Witherspoon signs his deal, I assume that Emmanuel Forbes will get his deal done shortly thereafter. And same with Christian Gonzalez. And I assume the same thing with the quarterback position. Once Bryce Young gets his deal done, I assume CJ Stroud will get his done. And right after that, I assume Anthony Richardson will get his done as well. Now, you can step out of line if you'd like. You don't have to wait for the first guy to kind of set the tone and you know, see the parameters of his deal, because this was a problem once upon a time before the rookie wage scale, where rookies were getting this astronomical amount of money and veterans were pissed off because guys that haven't done a thing in the league, haven't even played a single snap in the NFL, are getting paid way more money than them as veterans who have proven themselves to be really good football players. So they changed all of that with the CBA, I think, back in 2011. And so they set up the rookie wage scale. So this isn't really an issue anymore. However, there is language, offset language and things of that nature. There are, you know, guarantees and things. Usually all of this stuff is slotted. So there's not really a big, you know, issue there because of that rookie wage scale. But, you know, there are some little things in contracts that can be specific, especially the positions. You just want to make sure that your client is getting the best deal possible for his draft slot. So we're waiting. And I haven't heard anybody bring this up, but Emmanuel Forbes has not signed his rookie deal. And so I assume that we will hear something within the next 24 to 48 hours on that. That's my guess. As these rookies start to report to camp, I assume that we'll hear something here very shortly. But I wouldn't read too much into it right now, but it is something to note. Rookies don't hold out anymore. So I assume that these things will get done. Last thing I wanted to bring up, someone asked me, would I be speaking or would there be a live stream once ownership changes hands and, we hear from Josh Harris and the ownership group for the first time. You're damn right. Once they speak, I'm speaking. So, we'll be all ears to hear what he has to say, what the direction of this organization will be under his leadership and things of that nature, and see if he's going to divulge a lot of that stuff. I'd love to know what he's going to try to, attack first. I assume it's the stadium. Everything else is you're in kind of limbo, wait and see mode. You're going to let the season play out before you make any decisions about staff, players, all of that good stuff. My first thought is stadium. To hell with the name, all of that shit that to me, that's cosmetic stuff that people, get. I want stadium. We play in a terrible stadium. We play in a facility that is behind the times. It's a safety hazard for some of the players, even though they put down new turf and it hasn't been as bad as late. And credit Rivera for that. We need new digs. We need everything to be brand new, essentially. Facilities, stadium, all of that stuff. We need to catch up with the rest of the league. So, yeah, that'd be the first thing on my agenda, is figuring out where this stadium is going to be built, breaking ground on that, and let's get that ball rolling. And then we can start worrying about all the other stuff after that. So, yeah, there's going to be a live video. Soon as that thing hits and we hear from them, we'll be live on Thursday night. So if this thing officially goes through, we're celebrating on Thursday night. Y'all already know what it is. So I'll just, we've already been told unofficially that they're going to pass this thing through. I need the official. I don't deal in unofficials. Okay, I deal in officials. So once they officially green light this thing, cups up. Y'all know what it is. But until then, we'll continue to wait. We've been waiting this long. It's not going to kill us to wait another 24 hours. Okay? Anyway, I digress. That's going to do it for me, your man Louie T. I thank you guys for joining me. Keep your eyes peeled, ears open to see when this Emmanuel Forbes Jr. rookie contract gets signed up. Again, you're waiting on Devon Witherspoon. That's who we're waiting on. Once he gets done, Forbes won't be too far behind. But we'll see. I don't even know what the hang-up is. Usually these things get done a lot sooner than this. We're literally approaching camp, and 6 guys in the first round haven't signed their deals. I don't really know what the holdup is. But in any event, that's going to do it for me, your man Louie T. You know what it is. Now, take care, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.
LouieTeeNetwork.